everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays episode 244. And I'm going to do a really fun project. I learned how to do this from Roxy, and she was at my sister's cottage when she had all her craft girls together when I was back in Canada in October. And so thank you, Roxy, for teaching me how to do this. And it is a super cool technique. I don't know what it's called, but it's cool. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So Christmas will be here before you know it, and so this is a great little Christmas project, and it's super cute. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera, so close your eyes for a second. Now, I am in the chat room with you during my live premieres, and I have an appointment today, so I will not be there. So if you have any questions, you can still please go to the chat room and talk amongst yourselves. I know a lot of you have got friendships in there, so please do that. Just know that I won't be there. I don't know if my sister will pop in or not. Maybe I'll tell her if she's free. Otherwise, no worries. You can leave a comment down below. YouTube will let me know, and then I can reach out to you. All right, so let's get started. So close your eyes for a second while I get adjusted. You're going to need a few things for this. Now, you're going to need a little iron. So my sister told me about this one, and it is so cute. And I just want to turn it on to the highest that it will go. And I do have this little iron. If you go to my blog over here, I have it. I got it off of Amazon, and it's one of my favorite things. So you can get that link to it. I can't remember if I put these in there or not, but I also got these off of Amazon. Just some wooden ornament thingies, like pressed wood or whatever, and they come like natural. And what I did was I just painted them with like craft paint so that they're white. You also are going to need some sort of napkin. So I went to Home Goods or whatever, and I just kind of grabbed a couple Christmassy ones. And what you want to do is you want to look at them, because this is 3-ply, because you want to peel them apart. And I remember the first time I did this, I thought I had peeled them all, because when I got to that last, when I peeled it, it sure looked like it was peeled. Now some of these also have writing on them. This one I don't see any writing. But I thought I had, peeled it all. But then once I got it done, it peeled after I was done, and I was like, oh, so I didn't. All right, but sometimes they're kind of hard. So what I'm going to do is, because of the size of this ornament, I can cut this into 4. Okay, I'm just going to set that one aside. And what I like to do is I like to give the top of it a nice straight edge if I can. Okay. And then we'll peel. So you want to peel this back. Now I usually have no problems peeling that first layer. That usually comes off without any problem. But it's that second layer that is kind of hard to get to. So what I do is I take a piece of Scotch tape and I just kind of stick it on there. And what that does is it catches that layer. Watch it not catch it for the video. There we go. So see how it's separating, because this layer I want to get rid of is stuck to the Scotch tape. So just be really careful, because they're really delicate, because now you've made it just like a one ply. And they're kind of pressed together. You can see that little pattern there, and that is keeping them together, but we're like making them be their own individual piece. Now this I also have, I got this off of Amazon too, and it's like a wool, it's for ironing, so it protects my desk. All right, I also want, and I'm looking all over, okay, I also want parchment paper, so I have some parchment paper, and I want my scotch. Oh, here it is, not scotch. No scotch. My saran wrap. I was going to say scotch tape. I want some saran wrap. So this is just Glad cling wrap. Okay. So what I am doing, trying to not be too wasteful. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Okay. And I'll use that other piece. All right. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to take this saran wrap and I'm going to put it on here. And then this becomes glue basically. All right. So depending on what your paper is, you can decide like what do you want to be on the top, what do you want it to be on the bottom, you know, it's totally up to you. I kind of like that little guy right there. I also like him. So I'm going to have my, that lollipop. So I'm going to come here. Now what's going to happen is as this plastic melts, it kind of shrinks. So I want it to go up just a little bit onto here, but not a ton. And I'm just going to stick this on here, and you can see the ornament, you know, through there, so you know if you want to adjust it or whatever. All right, now I'm going to take my parchment tape paper and I'm going to lay this over, and my little iron is all the way hot, and I'm just going to simply iron this, and you can see that plastic wrap if you move the parchment out of the way. I don't want to move it too much out of the way because you don't want to get any of that plastic wrap on your iron. But what happens is that plastic wrap melts and it adheres to the ornament and it adheres to the napkin as well. So now this paper, now it's super hot, so we're going to let it cool before I mess with it. But now this paper is stuck to the ornament and it's super hot. So that's why I have this handy dandy little wool, and it's pretty thick. Now these ornaments, like I said, I got it off of Amazon. They also came with twine and some colored markers, but I kind of think I have those on my favorite things as well. All right, so we're just going to let this dry a little bit, or not dry, but cool before I mess with it. Because what I want to do is I want to put this on the back side as well so that it looks pretty on both sides. All right, so I'm just gonna, come on, let's cool this. So I'll just, you know, I'll do a little editing on the video so while I let this cool. All right, so what I am gonna do while this is cooling, now that I think about it, I'm gonna get, so this is the Reindeer Memories. And I want to get, it has a sticker sheet. So I'm going to get a sticker sheet out of here. What else do I have in here? That's a sticker sheet. And those are all papers. I want to say I also have a penguin one. I'm going to go get the penguin one. All right, so this is Snowy Day. So I'm going to pull this one out too and see what I have on there. These might be too big. Yeah, I'm not going to use those. All right. Because I also have pulled out, and these are the ephemeras. So I also have some ephemeras. So I have those as well. All right, so I just have those off to the side, and I'll put this off to the side. All right, so that's good and dry now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a nail file, and you can get these off of Amazon, or you can get them at the dollar store. And I'm just doing this, but I want to do it off my desk so I'm not getting it all over here. So I'm just rubbing that along the side, and what that does is it's trimming this overhang. Okay, so we've got that one side done. Look how cute that is. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, because I want my ornament to be cute on both sides. But I'm only going to like really decorate the one side. So what I usually do is I just pick the best side. And if you don't have fingernails, it's even harder. Peel, peel. Okay, one, and my Scotch tape. So again, just kind of be careful so you don't tear it. So you want to just make sure, and I think most napkins are all 3-ply, but just, you know, just make sure, right? Because maybe if you got ones that were more expensive, I don't think I would grab more expensive ones unless it was like a pattern that you really, really, really fell in love with, because you're taking them apart, right? But, you know, maybe you'll find a pattern that goes with your Christmas table or whatever. This could be any theme, right? All right. Okay, so that's good. And maybe it will be more. So just make sure you read the package so you know how many plies. Because I'd hate for you to have a 2-ply and you're trying to peel it and there's really only 2-ply. So that's why I wanted to make sure that you were familiar with checking that. All right, hang on a minute. Let me make my... I just like this to be a little straighter on the top. Okay, just because I'm leaving that top where I'm not putting the ornament up there, because I don't want to have to worry about getting the paper filed off of that. Okay, so that looks good. And what's fun about this pattern, it's not got a up or a down. They kind of go every which way, so you don't have to worry too much about that. All right, now we're going to do the same thing as we did before. So we're just going to, and so you can kind of see that saran wrap shrinking as it melts underneath there. Now you don't want to do it too long because you don't want to burn it. So just, you know, so it doesn't take very long. All right, now I'm going to unplug my iron so it can cool. So now I want to let this cool. And you can use that over and over and over. So I'm just going to just tidy up just a little bit while that's cooling. And I also want to find out what I want to put on my ornament. So let's see. Because this one has family time, joy, love this, ho ho ho, merry merry. It's got some cute things. But then I also have my ephemeras. So my ephemeras have some cute stuff too. So we've got, you know, wishing you a wonderful Christmas season. What else do we have? We have peace on earth. That kind of looks cute. This one's a little bit too big. This one's a little bit too small. I kind of like this one. Let's see. Let's see. Then we've got to let it snow. What about thinking of you this Christmas? Now the thing is, this doesn't really have blue. This has got pinks and reds. That's why I kind of like that green one. Now, I could totally stamp something as well and die cut it out. I'm just trying to go quick for the video. All right. So I think I might just do that green one. And then these ephemeras also have candies and things. So I have a little candy here I could stick on there. It has a cookie. Oh, it even has a candy cane. So doesn't mean I'm going to use all of these. I'm just popping them out just because they go with this paper. Here's another little candy. Let's see. So the ephemeras are really, really cool. Not only for cards. All right, so we have Mary, Joy. I think I'm just going to do that one. Just for speed. All right, so this is good and cool now. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm just going to use the file to trim that paper away. And I just colored it with just regular craft, white craft from the craft store. Because what happens is then it just makes it brighter on the back side. Because these napkins, I probably shouldn't be gabbing when I'm doing that. These napkins have white, you know, they have white behind them. So when we're peeling that white away, then we're taking the white away from the ornament, right? So then what's going to happen is if you don't paint this, you're going to see the wood grain. If there's any kind of flaws like that, you're going to see that coming through your napkin. And I didn't want that, so I just painted white. All right, so now I'm going to take my light pebbled path. I might even take the dark one. And I just want to paint the top so it looks like the top of my ornament. And I'm not really going up against the paper. And then it will just dry. So I'm just kind of, one bleeds a little bit more than the other one, depending on the grain of the wood. So then that always helps me decide which one is the front as well. That looks good. All right, so we have our ornament. And then we have this ribbon. Now the ribbon, like I said, it came with it. Came with the ornaments. So I'm just going to loop-de-loo that in there. And tie this up here so that it can hang on the tree or whatever. All right, and then we can put this on. So we have wishing you a wonderful Christmas season. So that looks good because you've got these greens in here. So I'm going to put that on with some dimensionals. Again, I'm just using these ones that are left over from a class. And then I'll show you another one I did with some different paper. All right, so we are wishing you a wonderful Christmas season. So that looks cute. And then we can decide if we want to add any, any of these. Oh, that one might look cute, right? If I pop that on there, what do you think? Yeah. I don't think I want to put anything else on there. If anything, I'm going to put some of these. I think those will look cute. They'll add to it. As I'm like looking for my pick tool. Oh my gosh, where in the heck is my pick tool? Oh, Diana, you lose stuff all the time. All right, here we go. So we've got these. So I'm just going to put these around because they're cute little candies and they work perfect. So I'm just going to plop those around. 1, 2, 3. So fun. And I left this plain. Now let me show you this other one. So this is the one I did earlier. So this one uses Santa paper. And look how cute it is with the Santa. He's doing like all these twists and turns and cartwheels and standing on his head and doing all sorts of stuff. So again, I did the same thing as I did here. But on this one, I just put a bulb pin and I just tacked that little from the North Pole because I thought that was perfect for this one. But I want to show you what else you can do. All right, so we have a piece of chipboard. So this is just chipboard that comes with the kits. I painted this white as well. And I need to, hold on a minute. I forgot I was going to do this, so I unplugged my iron. Hold on a minute. It shouldn't take too long. I forgot I was going to do this. It doesn't take much to confuse me. All right. So we have chipboard that I painted with that same white paint. And then this is a beautiful napkin. And then Roxy gave me this napkin. But I'm going to do the same thing on the chipboard. So this way, if you're like, oh, I don't have time, to get ornaments. If you have a steel, I think they're called steel ruled die. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. So let me get my other layer here. I love these napkins. And you won't look at napkins the same again after doing these. Because you can do this on cardstock too. And just put it on a card. I just chose to, do like a 3D kind of thing. But you could do this on basic white cardstock. And then you could have, this beautiful design on the cardstock. Okay, so let me get my saran wrap. So I'm going to give myself a bit bigger piece because of the chipboard's bigger. And I can't remember if did you hear if my iron beeped? Probably did because I barely had it unplugged. I think it is. I think it is good. All right, so I'm going to just put this on here like that. Now my saran is coming out, so you want to really be careful because this is bigger than the ornament, that you don't hit this because then you're going to have a mess. So you just want to be careful. So I'm just going to come over here, but you can kind of see that saran wrap, it kind of puckers. See how it's pulling away? It's shrinking up a little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my whatchamacallit, my parchment over to cover that. I don't trust myself to cover that saran. I think that looks good. That looks pretty good. Yeah. So it's the same thing. I need to let it cool. So now I can unplug my thingy. So I'm going to let that cool, and I'm going to go get a steel ruled die. So this is, I believe, what they call a steel ruled die. Now we used to sell these. This was the Big's Top Note. And these are made to cut things thicker. So this will cut, you know, the chipboard. There's like a whole list of things that this will cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cool down. And then I'm going to go cut it with the Top Note. So I took it over. I ran it through. And now I have this, like, look how beautiful that is. That you could put on a card, you could put it on anything. So I want to show you the difference between painting it. So this is that piece of chipboard that I showed you that was painted. So see how white that is? It's beautiful. This one is just the chipboard, and it's simply put on there without the white, and look at the difference. Look at how amazing this is just by painting the chipboard, because here you see the chipboard back there. So anyways, all right. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with this, but I love how it turns out. I always keep my chipboard, so now you're going to go, oh, you know, and I wonder if I have any of those steel, oh, whatever I call them. Steel ruled dies. But I've kept my Top Note because it is such a fun shape, and you know, I've had it forever. All right, so I'm gonna say see you later, alligator. Let me know what you think. Oh, I just love this. I'm gonna have to like do something on a card, right? That could simply go on a card and then you put something on it over top of it. But it's fun. They're super fun. I think they would be fun to do with your kids. Not necessarily the ironing part, you know, because that gets pretty hot. But let them, you know, help you pick out the designs. Let them, you know, find the napkins and things like that. Just, you know, have fun with it because it is super, super. It's just a really fun technique. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing. I will see you Friday for my dies shorts, and that will be at 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. Have a great night, and I'll see you Friday. All right, bye for now.